The screenwriters of the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse explain that they almost had a post-credits scene in the sequel, but ended up cutting it. The writers of the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse explain why there isn't a post-credits scene in the latest installment. The adventures of Miles Morales continue as the web-slinger returns to the big screen in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse this year, with the teenage hero delving deeper into the multiverse. For the sequel, Marvel villain The Spot becomes the central antagonist, harboring a deep resentment against Miles that began in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Welcome to Nerd Insights, your channel for all things nerdy, and since this is a news channel, you need to be subscribed here with the notification bell turned on. That way, when a new piece of news comes out, you'll receive a notification, and just by reading the title, you'll already know what it's about. Then you can decide whether or not you want to watch that video with the news. That's why the bell is important. And remember, we have videos every day. However, with a role as significant as the Spot had in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the supervillain almost had his own post-credits scene. In an interview with IndieWire, the Spider-Verse writers, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, explained that there was supposed to be a comedic post-credits scene featuring Spot. The scene was never completed, but it would have showcased the Spot in a Spider-Man villain bar, trying to order a drink, as they shared the following: "Hard to top where we left off." And then he finally steals the drink for himself and spills it, and it all leaks out through his holes. He's the dumbest villain. One great line that Chris wrote, though: "Trying to fill a hole in his heart with more holes, not a great method." In the end, even though the idea seemed great on paper, it would have disrupted the ending of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. The final minutes of the film show Miles getting trapped in Earth 42, where he encounters evil versions not only of his uncle but also of himself, who in this world operates as the Prowler. Meanwhile, in Earth 1610, the Spot was preparing to kill Miles' father, Jefferson, while Gwen Stacy and her team tried to find Miles. Based on what the writers had in mind for the post-credits scene with the Spot, it wouldn't have fit well with the tone of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse cliffhanger ending. The Spot is a major villain, but that scene wouldn't have meshed quite well. In the end, it was a smart choice not to include anything and let the intense ending with Miles simmer. Given how much is set up in the final minutes of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it will be interesting to see how Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse pays off all the storylines in 2024. With Beyond in its title, there has been a lot of speculation about how much bigger the sequel will be, especially after everything that was introduced in this year's film. Hopefully, with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse now in theaters, it won't be long until information about the sequel is released. Before we wrap up, let me give you a solid reason to take action now. By subscribing to our channel and turning on notifications, you'll be the first to know when we bring you breaking news like this. You won't have to rely on rumors or random internet chatter. You'll get insider information delivered directly to your screen. And hey, we're not just a one-hit wonder. We have videos every day, covering all your favorite fandoms and keeping you up to date on all